Shabbat shalom.
Shabbat shalom.
Shabbat shalom.
Shabbat shalom. Hi, Debbie.
Dad.
Okay, so is it now going out to YouTube?
Not yet.
Yes, it says live on YouTube in the upper left-hand corner on my screen.
Okay.
Okay, wait a minute. Copy streaming link. Nope.
Hello,
not yet.
Scott Siegel.
Again.
Hi all.
Good to see you. And is that a beard by any chance?
Birthday.
No, it is not.
It's a little scruffy.
Here we go. Just came up. Oops. Now what happened? Loading.
Again.
Hi all.
Good to see you. And is that a beard by any chance?
Birthday.
No, it is not.
It's a little scruffy.
Your head to change the angle there.
Yeah, I know.
All right.
Out of here. Here we go. Just came up. I'm trying to adjust my head so I don't look like I am in real agony like this. Oops. Now what happened? Loading.
Again.
Hi all.
Good to see you. And is that a beard by any chance? Maybe.
No, it is
It's a
not.
little scruffy.
Yeah, I know. I know. Here we go. Just came up.
Oscar.
I'm trying to adjust my head so I don't look like I am in
Lisa,
real
Lisa, get a big sign that says, just a little fruppy.
agony.
Again.
So I'm going to put folks on mute just because we're getting some.
Yeah, I'm gonna mute that.
Okay.
No, we're not because he's.
And oop, sorry about that. And now one more moment as let me unmute Bonnie and Cody, and let me find Linda.
Here,
Oh, there you are. Okay, good.
I'm gonna mute myself though, so I can sing along with the vocalize. I'm gonna sing really loud, you guys. You're gonna see my lips move.
Good, good. Are you ready?
Please.
Can you start? Okay, Cody, here we go. Ready? The rats running, breaking, the heck no, baby, the the rats running, breaking, the heck no, baby, the I don't like to read. I don't like to read. I don't like to
Thank you. That was just beautiful. Shabbat Shalom. Welcome. Today was Yom Yerushalayim, Jerusalem Day. Hopefully this Shabbat will likewise provide a special opportunity for embracing our heritage. Participating in our service, we've heard just now from Bonnie and Cody, our soloist and accompanist. They add their music to Linda. Josh Wilson, our upcoming bar mitzvah, will lead the Ve'ahavta. Herb Garber will have the Aliyah to the Torah. And a huge shout out to Catherine Albee, who will be screen sharing our prayer book, Mishkan Tefillah. Should you wish to use a free flip book of Mishkan Tefillah, the link was in today's uplift. Tonight, the lights of Shabbat are kindled by Dawn Tendler. The prayer for Shabbat, for candle lighting, is found on page 120. Dawn, oh, I see, and you have, I have a lighter too, but I see that you have your candles right there as well. So fantastic.
As these Shabbat candles give light to all who behold them, so may we, by our lives, give light to all who behold us. As their brightness reminds us of the generations of Israel who have kindled light, so may we in our own day be among those who kindle light. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kidshanu b'mitzvah tov v'tzivanu l'chadlik ner shel Shabbat.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kidshanu v'tzivanu l'chadlik ner shel Shabbat.
Amen. Dawn, thank you. The one thing which has been different about candle lighting since we've been Zooming as opposed to our sanctuary is that the candles actually like light on the first shot, if you've noticed.
But that's because we use real matches.
Thanks. We turn now to page 138 for L'Chadodi. We'll be singing the first, the second, and then on page 139, the 9th verse of L'Chadodi. Page 138.
L'cha l'cha dodi, l'krat kala, panei shabbat l'kabila. L'cha l'cha dodi, l'krat kala, panei shabbat l'kabila. Shemor v'zachor v'diburecha, b'shmi'atu el ha'yachad, Adonai echad u'shemo'echa. L'shem tiferet beliti la 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 l'cha l'chadoti l'krat kala panei shabbat l'kabila l'cha l'chadoti l'krat kala panei Rosh Bikara Nesuka. So Vahase Bimachava Tehila La 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 Hala Hadoti Likrat Likrat Kala Pane Pane Shabbat Kabila La Hala Hadoti Likrat Likrat Kala Pane Pane Shabbat Kabila Boi Vishalom Teret Bala Gam Bisimcha Hutsohola Tochamunei Am Sigula Boi Chala Lecha lecha doti likrat likrat kala panei panei shabbat kabila lecha lecha doti likrat likrat kala panei panei shabbat kabila.
And we now turn to page 144 for the Chatzi Kaddish.
Yit gada v'yit gada shemei rabba be'alma divrach yute v'amlik malchute b'chayechon uv'yomechon uv'chaye dekol beit Yisrael bagala uvizman kariv v'himeru amen yeheshmei rabba mivorach le'alam u'le'mehomaya yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yipar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh v'yithadar v'yitalei v'yithalal shemei dekudisha brihu leila min kol bechata v'shirata tushbechata v'nechemata damiran be'alma v'meru amen.
Page 146, those who are able, we rise for the Baruch Hu.
Baruch Hu et Adonai HaMevorach.
Baruch Adonai HaMevorach Le'olam Va'ed.
Baruch Adonai HaMevorach Le'olam Va'ed.
We turn to page 149, and I invite you to read with me in English. This is our second reading on the page. This is an hour of change. Within it, we stand uncertain on the border of light. Shall we draw back or cross over? Where shall our hearts turn? Shall we draw back, my brother, my sister, or cross over? This is the hour of change, and within it, we stand quietly on the border of light. What lies before us? Shall we draw back, my brother, my sister, or cross over?
Baruch atah Adonai HaMahari V'Aravim.
And on page 151, again, the second reading down on the page, I invite you to read with me. Wisdom and wonder, passion and instruction, story and symbol. All these things your Torah gives to us. And the more we devote ourselves to it, the more it grows and gives. What could be a truer token of your abiding love than this holiest of your works and the living language that gives it form?
Baruch atah Adonai ohev amo Yisrael.
Pages 152 and then on 153 for the Shema and Baruch Shem.
Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad Baruch Shem Kivod Malchuto Leolam Vaed.
Please be seated. We now turn to page 154 for the Ve'ahavta, and I see that Catherine is already there. I'm just going to scroll down to Josh and unmute you so that Josh, you can lead us in the Ve'ahavta.
Ve'ahavta et Adonai Elohecha b'chol levavcha u'b'chol nafshecha u'b'chol meodecha v'hayu hadvarim ha'ela asher anochi mitzavecha hayom al levavecha v'shinantam levanecha v'dibartam bam b'shivtecha v'techa u'letecha v'derech Ushobecha ukumecha ukshartam leo palyadeha v'chayu letotafot beinenecha uktavtam al mizdobetecha uvisharecha leman tiskeru v'asitem et kol mitzotai v'yetem kedoshim le'elochem ani Adonai Elohechem Asher Otzeithem Me'eretz Mitzrayim Le'Elohim Ani Adonai Elohechem.
Amen. Thank you, Josh. Great job. Did I hear your baby sister in the background? Absolutely. Sounded just great. Just great. We're going to turn now to page 157. The reading at the top of the page is standing on the parted shores of history. We still believe what we were taught before ever we stood at Sinai's foot, that wherever we go, it is eternally Egypt, that there is a better place, a promised land, that the winding way to that promise passes through the wilderness, that there's no way to get from here to there except by joining hands, marching together. Michamocha will be found on page 158.
Ya bum bum bim bim bum, ya bum bum bim bum, ya bum bum bim bim bum, ya bum bum bim bum, ya da 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 da, ya bum bum bim bum, ya da 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 da, ya bum bum bim bum. Mi kamocha banim Adonai, mi kamocha nehtar bakodesh, no rati lo sepele, no rati lo sepele, ya bum bum bim bim bum, ya bum bum bim bum, ya bum bum bim bim bum, ya bum bum bim bum, ya da 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 da, ya bum bum bim bum, ya da 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 da, ya bum bum bim bum. Malchutecha rahuvanecha, bokei hayam lifnei Moshe, zeli zeli anu ve'amiru, Adonai imloch le'olam vaed. Ya bum bum bim bim bum, ya bum bum bim bum, ya bum bum bim bim bum, ya bum bum bim bum, ya da 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 da, ya bum bum bim bum, ya da 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 da, ya bum bum bim bum.
And we turn to page 161. Let there be love and understanding among us. Let peace and friendship be our shelter from life's storms. Adonai, help us to walk with good companions, to live with hope in our hearts and eternity in our thoughts, that we may lie down in peace and rise up waiting to do your will. Bochat Adonai poesukat shalom aleinu ve'al kol amo Yisrael. the Al Yerushalayim. On page 162, Yismachu is our second paragraph down on the page.
Yismachu malachutecha, shomrei, 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 Shabbat, v'korehu nechshabat. Yismachu malachutecha, shomrei, 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 Shabbat, v'korehu nechshabat. Mikadashei Shavi Shabbat, Kulam Yisbahu V'yetangu mitu B'chashabat. La 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 Yisbahu V'malachutecha, Shomrei, 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 Shabbat, V'korehu Shabbat, Yismachu v'malachutecha, Shomrei, 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 Shabbat, v'korehu nechshabat. V'yashvihi ratzita bo v'kidosh tashabat, Senat Yamim Atovarata Shabbat. La 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 Yismachu v'malachutecha, Shomrei, 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 Shabbat, v'korehu nechshabat. Yismachu v'malachutecha, Shomrei, 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 Shabbat, v'korehu nechshabat. L'maaseh b'reshit Shabbat. L'maaseh b'reshit Shabbat. La 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 Yismachu v'malachutecha, Shomrei, 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 Shabbat, v'korehu nechshabat. Yismachu v'malachutecha, Shomrei, 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 Shabbat, v'korehu nechshabat.
Our service now continues, page 164. Those who are able, we rise for the tefillah. We'll be chanting the prayer beginning on page 164 and then on pages 166 to 170, the right-hand pages, the even-numbered pages.
Adonai sifatai tiftachu fi'aki tehilatecha. Adonai, open up my lips that my mouth may declare your praise. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu v'Elohei avotenu Elohei Abraham, Elohei Yitzchak, v'Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel, v'Elohei Leah, Ha'el Hagadol Hagibur v'Hanara, El Elyon, Gomel Chasadim Tovim, V'konei Hakol, V'zocher Chasdirot V'imahot, U'mevi Gula Lifnei V'neihem, Leman Shemo Be'ahava. Melech Ozer Moshiach Umagein, Baruch Atah Adonai, Magid Abraham Vesrat Sarah, Atagi Le'olam Adonai, Mechaye HaKol Atavrav Lehoshia, Mekachel Chaim Bechesed, Mechaye HaKol Berachamim Rabim, so make Noflim Verofeh Holim, Umatir Rasurim, Umekayim Emunatohu, Lishenei Afar, Michamocha Bagivurot, Umidar Melech, Melech Memit Umechaye, Umasmi as Yeshua, Venemanata Lehayotako, Baruch Atah Adonai, Mechayehi HaKol.
You are holy, your name is holy, and those who are holy praise you every day. Blessed are you, Adonai, the holy God.
Baruch Atah Adonai, Ha'el HaKadosh.
Please be seated. I know how essential synagogues and houses of worship are. That's why we determined to do what we do as we do, to choose life for our members and our community, even when the glib promote risk. Let us pray for peace and for peace of mind. Grant us peace, your most precious gift, O eternal source of peace, and give us the will to proclaim its message to all the peoples of the earth. Bless our country as a safeguard of peace, its advocate among the nations. May contentment reign within our borders and health and happiness within our homes. Strengthen the bonds of friendship and fellowship among all the inhabitants of every land. Plant virtue in every soul, and may the love of your name hallow every home and every heart. Praised are you, Eternal One, who blesses our people with peace. Baruch atah Adonai, hamavarech et amo Yisrael b'shalom. We now pause for silent prayer.
Oh, say shalom bimrama. Uya say shalom aleinu. Ve'aka Yisrael. Ve'imru amen. Yaseh shalom. Yaseh shalom. Shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael. Yaseh shalom, yaseh shalom. Shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael.
We're in the home stretch. Next week, we celebrate Shavuot with a minyan next Friday morning at 10 a.m. and next Friday night services will include confirmation. In the home stretch, we continue to count the Omer. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech ha'olam asher kidshanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu al sfirat Omer. Blessed are you, Adonai, our God, sovereign of the universe, who makes us holy through commandments, commanding us to count the Omer. Hayom arba'a v'arba'im yom shehem shisha shvuot u'shnei yamim la'omer. Today is the 44th day, making 6 weeks and 2 days of the Omer. Kimitzion, page 364, as we prepare for our Torah reading this evening.
Ki mitzion tetzei Torah, ki mitzion tetzei Torah, udevar Adonai mirushalayim.
Tonight we begin the 4th book of the Torah, Bamidbar. It is set in the wilderness of Sinai, the 2nd year after the people Israel have left Egypt. It will describe events for the next 38 years until the people are ready to enter Israel. In English, the book is known by the name Numbers, as it begins with a counting, a census of the people. We read a listing of those who helped to direct the counting, a list of formerly famous tribal chieftains. At one level, it's a list of obscure names. All but the most devoted students would be able to identify Pagiel ben Ochan as the leader of the tribe of Asher, as opposed to Shlumiel ben Surishadai of the tribe of Simeon. But the Torah is making a larger point. Each name and all of the names work to support a larger mission, the perpetuation of Judaism. Similarly, in the passage I'll soon read, the Torah is demonstrating that each of us, not just a Moses or a Miriam or an Abraham or a Sarah, can help to sustain a people. Our names, too, are not necessarily known beyond parts of our tribe here, but they are significant in shaping a community. A colleague of mine, Kenneth Weiss, has observed, perhaps God ordered a census in order to tell each person so numbered that more than being counted, he or she must be someone God can count on and count in. Census taking in Torah must be a spiritual endeavor, not just count me, but you can count on me. And that's how Jews should be counted. First, a shout out to Morgan Rosen on the 6th anniversary of her becoming a bat mitzvah to this portion. We've counted on you, Morgan, for many of these years, and time and again, you have risen to the challenge. And we also know that's how veterans have been counted, including those who have made the ultimate sacrifice for our freedom. On this Shabbat closest to Memorial Day, we pause to remember and what must be the vision of our country. Linda sings America the Beautiful, which will then be followed by an aliyah by Herb Garber, representing our congregation's veterans.
And I'm hoping that you're all going to sing with me from the heart at home, thanking our wonderful veterans for preserving our freedom. Oh, beautiful for spacious skies, for amber waves of grain, for purple mountains' majesty, above the fruited green plain. America, America, God shed his grace on thee and crowned thy good with brotherhood from sea to shining sea. Oh, beautiful for hatred streams that sees beyond thy years. Thine alabaster cities gleam, undimmed by human tears. America, America, God shed his grace on thee and crowned thy good with brotherhood from sea to shining sea.
And Catherine, I guess we'll put up our Torah reading, which we have as well. And Herb, Herb Garber, there's our Torah reading. So we're going to be, and what you can see in our Torah reading is that there's a whole big white space above where it is. That's showing you the white space above that is the last book of Leviticus. And here we are reading the opening of the book of Numbers. Herb, are you there?
Yes, I'm here.
Okay, so the blessing prior to the reading of the Torah.
Baruch Adonai Hamvorach.
Baruch Adonai V'rach Le'olam Va'ed.
Baruch Adonai Hamvorach Le'olam Va'ed. Baruch Atah Adonai Eloheinu Melech Ha'olam. Asher Baruch Banu Mikol Ha'amim V'nachan Lanu Et Torato. Baruch Atah Adonai Noten HaTorah.
Amen. Amen. Vayidaber Adonai El Moshe b'Midbar Sinai Bo'el Moed be'Echad LaChodesh Hashenein. Adonai God spoke to Moses in the wilderness of Sinai from the tent of meeting on the first day of the month of the second year. Bashana Shenit Letzetam Me'eretz Mitzrayim, from leaving the land of Egypt, Lamor, saying, Su'uat Rosh Kol Adat B'nei Yisrael, take a census of the, by lifting the heads literally, but take a sense of the entire congregation of the children of Israel, L'mishpachotam, Levet Avotam, B'mispar Shemot, Kol Zachar L'Gugulotam, Miben Esrim Shana V'mala, Kol Yotzei Tzava Yisrael, Tifkadu Otam. And each by their ranks of their families, each of the males who are over their years, 20 years of age, and are able to serve, bear arms, to serve in the army. Miben Esrim Shana Umala, Kol Yotzei Tzava B'Yisrael, those who are able to serve in the army of Israel, Tifkadu Otam, Litzivotam, you shall count them by their ranks. Ata v'Aharon, you and Aaron. V'itachem yihiyu ish Lumate ish rosh levet avotav, and assisting you, there will be a leader from each of the tribes, each one a leader in their ancestral houses, who ve'ela hashamot ha'anashim asher ya'amdu itachem, and here are the names of those who will, of leaders who will be standing with you, assisting you. LeReuven, from the tribe of Reuben, Achi, Elitzur ben Surishadai, LeShimon from the tribe of Simeon, Shlumiel ben Surishadai, LeHuda from the tribe of Judah, Nachshon ben Aminadav, a very famous figure, Nachman, son of Aminadav, Lisachar from Yisachar, Nathanael ben Suar, LeZevulun from Zevulun, Eliav ben Chelon from Livnei Yosef from the Joseph tribes, from Ephraim, Elishama ben Amihud, and from Manasseh, Gamliel ben Paratzur. Levinyamin from the tribe of Benjamin, Avidan ben Gedoni, Ladan from the tribe of Dan, Achiezer ben Amishadai, Asher from the tribe of Asher, Pagiel ben Ochgan, Gad from the tribe of Gad, Eliasaph ben Duel, Naphtali from Naphtali, Achi ben Einan. Ele Korei Ha'eda, these are the chosen leaders of the congregation, Nisieh, Matot, heads of the princes, heads of the tribes, Avotam, Rashi Alfei Yisrael Hem. These are the leaders. And our blessing after.
Yeah. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher natan lanu Torah emet v'natan lanu na'aman b'Torah natchanu. Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah.
Amen. Thank you, Herb, and thank you as a veteran, and we thank all of our veterans for your service. We remember you all, particularly now as we prepare for Memorial Day. We conclude this segment of our worship as it were, as we're putting, I guess the PowerPoint has been put down, so we're putting the Torah as it were back into the Ark, and it's Chaim Hi, Torah is a tree of life.
Chaim hi lamachazikim ba v'tomcheha meushar deracheya darchei noam v'chol netivoteha shalom. Hashivenu Adonai Elecha v'nashuva Chadesh Chadesh Yamenu Chadesh Yamenu Keke.
And at this point in our service, each Shabbat, we pray on behalf of dear ones within and beyond our congregational family who are ill and in need of healing. Pardon me. Tonight, we likewise include Devorah Malka bat Esther Rivka, Penina bat Esther, Ruth bat Sarah Avraham, Joyce Hoser, Officer Milford Hayes, Sarah bat Pesach V'Moshe, Sherry Kipperman, Mike McManus, a friend of Abby Peklow, and Tony Sabbath. I invite you at home to say the names out loud of those for whom we pray this Shabbat. Please give me a moment to unmute everyone and then say the names.
Barbara Lawler.
Wendy Hoser.
Charlotte Berman.
Jules Smatroff.
Don't.
Nice fan.
Okay, fast.
The Misha Berach prayer will be found on page 371. Linda, give me just one moment. There we are.
Avotenu mekor habracha leimotenu. May the source of strength who bless the ones before us help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say Amen. Mishelelakimotenu mekor habracha labotenu. Bless those in need of healing with refuah shalema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say Amen.
The stories we share strike me as especially uplifting now. And this week too, I found another story for you to consider. a long, long time ago in India, there lived a water bearer. He had 2 pots and he had a very long pole, which he balanced across his very broad shoulders. He hung 1 pot on each end of his long pole. Each day, the man left his home with his empty pots and his pole draped across his broad shoulders and walked down the path to the stream. Once at the stream, the man filled both his pots of water. Then he put the pots back on his pole, balanced his pole across his shoulders, and walked back home. Now, what you should know is this. One of the man's pots had a crack in it. And just as you'd expect, every time the man arrived home, the cracked pot was only half full of water. But that didn't change the man's routine. Every day he walked down the path to the stream, collecting his water, and arrived home with 1 pot full of water and the other pot half full. This went on every day, week after week, month after month, year after year. Now, as you might imagine, the cracked pot felt sad and ashamed. One day, as the man was walking home, the cracked pot mustered the courage to speak to the man. "Excuse me, sir, I'm so sorry," said the pot, "and I really want to apologize and beg your forgiveness." "Why?" asked the man. "What do you have to apologize for?" "Over the years that I've helped you, I've never been able to deliver a full load of water for you. I've never been able to do my fair share. You work so hard, but because of my crack, you never get the full amount of water. So your efforts are never completely rewarded, and it's all because of me and my crack." Hearing this, the man felt sorry for the pot. "Listen," he said, "it's okay, really, it is. In fact, the next time we go to collect water, as we walk along, I want you to look over your side of the path." The pot agreed. The next day, as was his routine, the water bearer walked down to the stream with his pole and his empty pots. Once at the stream, the man filled both pots with water and placed 1 at each end of his pole, which he balanced across his broad shoulders. Then the man started for home. Instead of worrying about the crack and the water that was falling out, the pot did as the man had instructed. The pot looked out along the side of the path, and what he saw was amazing. Fields of beautiful flowers. The man stopped. "Do you see all those flowers?" he asked the pot. Before the pot had time to respond, the man spoke again. "And have you noticed that these gorgeous flowers are only on your side of the path? It's because I knew that water leaked from your crack, so I planted seeds along the way. That way, every day when we walked back up to the house, you watered the seeds. It's thanks to you that we have all these beautiful flowers growing along the path. Without your crack, we wouldn't have these colorful flowers to brighten my day and bring beauty to the world. So I need to thank you. Thank you for being a cracked pot." Perhaps it seems a little early to be focused on September and the High Holy Days. But as our leadership is giving the logistics a lot of thought, I'm very mindful of how this beautiful tale of the cracked pot from Rabbi Francine Green Roston relates to our grand Jewish themes. On Rosh Hashanah and Yom Kippur, we recite one of our most important prayers, the Unatana Tokef, which speaks of life and death, of hunger and plague. It includes this insight: Mashul kacheres hanishpar. Each of us is a shattered urn. That is, we are all like that cracked pot. Let us not feel guilty for our incompleteness, for not being able to perfectly perform every task. Indeed, as the story suggests, and Judaism attests, our brokenness can be redemptive. Rabbi, did you just call me a crackpot? As shattered urns, cheresh hanishbar, may we have the wisdom to find in our limitations and the limitations of those around us opportunities for beauty and renewal. Kain yehi ratzon, be this God's will. We now turn to page 586. For those who are able, we invite you to rise for the Aleinu. The Aleinu that we chant is the second paragraph down on the page.
Aleinu l'shabeach l'hadon hakol, לתת גדולה ליוצר בראשית, שלא עשנו כגויי הברצות, ולא שמנו כמשפחות האדמה, שלא שם חלקנו כהם, וגורלנו ככל המונם. ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא.
Please feel free to be seated, page 591 for the Ne'emar.
ונאמר והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד ושמו אחד.
We now call to mind our own beloved dead. I ask that those in mourning or remembering the anniversary of the death of a loved one, should you wish at home, please rise when their name is mentioned. During Shiva, we remember Lee Burdoff, sister of Bob Weil, sister-in-law of Carol. During Shloshim, Louis Hoser, husband of Joyce, father of Wendy, grandfather of Jacob, Jaden, Ariella, and Ava. Eleanor Rosenthal, mother of John Bernin, mother-in-law of Amy. Celia Gordon, aunt of Susan Pinsky Bleeks. C. Simmons, dear friend of Ivel Kovner. And Shirley Berkovic, sister of Lionel Schwartz, sister-in-law of Celia. This Shabbat, remember the yahrzeits, the anniversaries of the deaths of Ida Rose Cantor, Robert Carver, Juanita Chichester, Nathan Fine, Fanny Fingerhut, Alan Chase Franken, Manya Goldstein, Adela Landau, Edward Landau, Charles Light, Ann Nathanson, Jean Quigley, Marvin Reckman, Selma Mazur Swerdlick, Emil L. Weil, Alma Cantor Weissman. If you have a dear one to add, I will unmute everyone and I will ask you to say their names. Please feel free.
Eric Hall,
Ira Goldman,
David Hoser,
Yossi's iPhone.
Yeah.
I'll be remuting folks now. And we also recall the dead this week from COVID-19. And each Shabbat, we also mention 6 names amongst the 6 million murdered in the Holocaust, the Shoah. And we now remember Naomi Adler, Miriam Alderstein, Chaim Alderstein, Abba Alderstein, Chanina Alderstein, and Lazer Agolnik. In remembrance and solidarity, and on behalf of those for whom there was no one but us to say Kaddish, we now invite all of us watching at home, all of us on Zoom, to rise if you are able. We join together in the recitation of the Mourner's Kaddish. Yitgadal v'yitkadash shemei rabbah, v'alma divrach urute v'yamlich malchute, b'chayechon v'yomechon v'chaye d'chol beit Yisrael, ba'agala v'zman kariv v'imru, amen. Yehei shemei rabbah mavarach, la'alam u'lalmei almaya. Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitrobam v'yitnaseh, v'yitadar v'yitaleh v'yitalal shemei d'kudashah b'richu. La'ela min kol birchata v'shirata tushbachata v'nechamata damarin be'alma v'imru amen. Yehei shlama rabba min shemaya v'chaim aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. Oseh shalom b'brumav hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. Zichronam levracha, may their memories be for blessing, and let us say amen. Please be seated. First, let me, Linda, I'm just going to unmute you so we can announce about let me try that again. Maybe you should, there we go. Can you share something about, as I unmute them, what's about to come?
Oh, we are in for such a wonderful treat. Bonnie Vogelai and Cody worked out this very special arrangement of Adon Olam. And they did this for Jason's bar mitzvah, but it's to the tune of Here Comes the Sun. And it just fills me with hope. And it's just such a beautiful tune to sing tonight in the midst of all our craziness here with the COVID virus. So let's all look for that sun and sing along with it's the same prayer, but it's that wonderful tune. And listen for Cody's mandolin playing. It's really very special. And thank you guys. Thank you so much for sharing this with us.
Thank you. We're so privileged to be able to do it. Go ahead, Cody. Ready?
And Adon Olam 625.
Adon
Thank you. Just beautiful. Shabbat shalom. Just wonderful. So I'm going to do a few things. First,